Hey, I'm here to give a full review of the book, The Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan. I would say overall we need to read trigger warnings. I usually go into a book blind, but I do not recommend that for this type of book because there is SA and abuse in it. And I would say if you have triggers in that department, if you can withstand it, read the book, but if you cannot, don't. Because it gets kind of graphic, but the overall message, I love the overall message of the book. Um, yeah, so the overall message I did enjoy. It was just a little graphic and a little I was not prepared because I like to go into books blind. So it did catch me by surprise and some of the scenes were pretty graphic. Just gonna let that hang there. So I would again say read the trigger warnings. Um, but it is a basketball story about a guy who meets a girl in a bar and he has this overall crazy connection with her. He wants to get to know her, he wants to see her more, and he tries to pursue it after the fact. After the bar closes, but she tells him that she has a boyfriend. When he finds out she has a boyfriend, he steps back, he gives her space, but he doesn't even know her name at this point. They just connected and just spoke and kept talking, talking, talking. Nobody even knows anybody name. She knows his name because he's popular. He's in college and trying to get drafted. So he's known, but he finds out her name and then he's wondering if he's ever going to see her again. The next day, he has a big game, and at the game, he finds out that she is the girlfriend of his rival. This man hates her boyfriend because he is just a conniving, sneaky, manipulative person. So he confronts her like, why you didn't tell me this was your boyfriend? And she was basically explaining like, how am I supposed to explain this to you that this was my boyfriend? When was the best time to say it? And he understood. She basically tried to end it there, but they still felt the connection in the air. Of course, her boyfriend figures out that they somehow know each other, wants to know how, and is not happy. So of course he has to poke out his chest and show him who's her man. You know, that did not go so well. But my guy brushed him off. Didn't let him get the best of him. Kept it pushing. Now every time they see each other, there's just tension. Because he knows that he likes his girl, and he feels it that his girl likes him. And his name, excuse me, sorry. They call him West. That's his last name though. But his name is August West. So August is a sweet guy. And every time he just knows like they have that connection. And he's trying to persuade her to leave him because he's like, you don't need to be with him. Come to find out, he, the boyfriend, been setting her up from the beginning, trying to get her pregnant, which he did. And then when he saw that that couldn't keep her, that's when the abuse started. And from there, it just gets turns into a crazy mess. So I love the overall as the book goes on. There's a there's messages that are dropped into the book, basically telling you. Sorry. Basically telling you to never give up. Never give up. Never lose sight of the goal, even when you feel like you're stuck and trapped and there's no way to go. Your time will come. Because I felt like I was her in that book when I was reading it. And I was like, damn, some people really feel like this, like scared all the time, cornered. They never leave their house because their their spouse is so controlling, or not. Sometimes it's not even a spouse. Sometimes it's a family member or something like that, and it's just like it's sad. But the story is a story that builds you up, not breaks you down, and that's what I like about it. So even if you feel like you just need a powerful message, I would say read the book. Yes, some of the scenes are hard to listen to or to read, but as you go on, you see that she never lost her fire. She always kept it. And even when he tried to break her down, and I love that because even if we're not being abused or something of that sort, it's easy for us to lose our fire and forget the goal. And you just have to remember it and keep it with you. So, Kennedy Ryan, I do give you your kudos on this book. This book was very, very powerful. It had me crying, okay, in some points. It had me mad in other points. I was really like, just put him in the hell up, like, but it had me feeling all of the emotions for real. So I do commend you on making this book because it probably couldn't have been easy for you to make it at all. So I do commend. If you can withstand a book like this, I do recommend you read it.